The Hornets' master plan has been revealed as the team begins to retool in the wake of a monster trade. The Hornets are piecing together the future of the franchise with role players that will fill holes and a collective unit that will push the Hornets far into the future. Things are looking in the right direction for the team as it's being built for years to come. Welcome to Hornets Digest. I'm Jeff Testanero. The subs are getting good. Subs are going up quickly. I like it. But a lot of you still haven't subscribed. So I need you to go ahead, hit that subscribe button, as well as leaving the likes, the comments, and the views. Got to hit that subscribe button for everything Charlotte Hornets right here on Hornets Digest. Everything going on inside the Buzz City. The Hornets are looking at the broad spectrum. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. I know a lot of you in the comments are wondering what the heck they're doing, wondering what the heck the Hornets are going on with these deals. Why are they so small? What big name player wants to come here? I understand in the NBA, big name players are needed, but not necessarily. Not necessarily. Yeah, Duncan was a somewhat big name player, but the Spurs, when they were going through their championships with Duncan and Parker, no real monster player. OKC, no real monster player. Built that team from the ground up. So there are good things going on with these deals, and that's what we're going to touch on today. What I think the Hornets are doing, actually, what I know the Hornets are doing to build the franchise. There was an organization, you know, here was the organization that seemed it was finally getting somewhere, moving into a place where they could compete and become the hottest team in the NBA because the colors are red too. To close out the 2025-26 season, there's no doubt that the Hornets really did a great job closing out the NBA season last year. There were questions, yeah, especially in the front court, but the exception was that Charlotte would make some of the small acquisitions and run it back. Instead, they looked out to the future. They blew up the roster. We all know it. You're saying in the comments. They totally blew up the roster. And truthfully, it might be one of the most genius moves in the history of Charlotte Hornets basketball, maybe even the NBA, what they're doing right now. Without a doubt. The truth is that Ball is brilliant. He's unorthodox. He's got great talent. He's capable of things that nobody else in the NBA is really capable of doing or confident enough to attempt doing. We've all seen him do some wild stuff, shooting one-legged threes deep with 18 seconds left on the shot clock, because he does. That's what Ball does. This was also ending up to be the Achilles heel of the LaMelo Ball era in Buzz City. It was kind of impossible to build an orthodox offense and implement a proven system just because of how Melo plays the game. Nothing against Melo, but it's basically just how he plays the game. It became impossible for Charlotte to envision the future with LaMelo Ball as its leader. Not only had he become stuck in his ways as a ball dominant guard who pushed, the pace of play, but critically, honestly, he was too hurt. He was hurt a lot. Even his 72 game last season involved a lot of load management. Head coach Chris Lee playing ball for 28 minutes a night to preserve his health. The Hornets experience of recent years has routinely been holding one's breath whenever Ball exited the game because you never know which way it was going to go, or even showed a small level of pain in his ankle. Oh no, we're going to lose Ball. What do we do? Knowing this could actually derail the whole season because that's how dependent everybody was on LaMelo Ball. Highs were obviously higher than with Kobe White. Highs were definitely higher than what Kobe White can bring to the table for the Hornets, but White is consistent. He's a consistent player. He's better suited to a facilitator role, which is honestly what the guard is supposed to be. Where Miller and Newpol can take more ownership of the team on the court, do the power things, what they're supposed to be doing. Without Ball, Bridges he honestly didn't have much to offer. Let's be honest. He was an inconsistent player, and I don't often like to harp on somebody's personal life, but he's not a very he's let's be honest, he's a terrible human being. He's just a terrible human being. Bridges has phenomenal athleticism and good enough shot to be a solid stretch four, but he's incredibly lazy. On defense, he's a non factor, never showing the willingness or hustle to be a rebounder. And on offense, he'll only show effort if he believes there's a scoring opportunity just for him. Sorry, it's the truth. If you own his jersey and loved him, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Stop me when I'm telling lies. All right. Now let's take a look at the roster as it stands right now without adding more pieces. It's a pretty solid unit. That's a pretty good unit. White averaging 22 points a game. Miller averaging 17.3 points per game. Reid, Minnesota, averaging 13.5 points per game, and he was a sixth man of the year. Steinbach's on the bench. O'Neal's there. Grayson Allen. Trey Mann. This looks pretty good to me. This looks pretty good. Is it going to go out and beat up on the Knicks? No. But I'm telling you right now, it looks like it can be competitive with somebody like New York. The Hornets traded away offensive punch to get vastly better on defense. And then, under the salary floor, meaning they will make more moves before this team is settled. This isn't it. They got more, I'm telling you, they got more in their tank. Not to mention, they are stacked like any other NBA team. And I'm not talking about with names and bodies and on the floor. In 2027, they'll have their own pick. Dallas's pick, which is top 3 projected. Miami's, which is lottery projected. In 2028 and 2030, they have swap rights with the Timberwolves, which are vastly more significant with changes to the draft lottery. It means that if Melo and Ant pairing doesn't work, and if the Wolves find themselves as a play-in team, then the Hornets get another bite at the apple to move up in the draft. Then in 2033, they can look forward to their own. Phoenix and Minnesota's picks, all unprotected. It's a long time in the future, but these, kick in when Devin Booker is 37, and who knows what Ant and the Wolves look like by then. And there's a chance these picks could also become something good. Putting pieces together for the future is franchise building. The Hornets aren't building to be a play-in team again. They're building with an eye on being a force in the East in a few years' time. They're going to be good this year. I'm telling you, they're going to be good this year. And keep that rolling for decades and decades and decades. You got to build to move on. You got to build for the future in sports. It has to happen nowadays. It has to happen. You have to build. This is the OKC approach. Look how well that turned out for the Thunder. This is even, dare I say, the Carolina Hurricanes approach. And don't tell me it's not. They're playing Moneyball. And we all know how that ended in Raleigh. Just saying. This no longer accepts the status quo. This team is no longer the status quo in Charlotte. Being a play-in team is no longer going to be the status quo in Charlotte. But it imagines a world where they can become a dominant factor for decades or more to come. Just got to stay the course. Build the team. I'm not saying they're going to be NBA champions this year, but I'm saying they're not going to be a play-in team either. They're going to be right in the middle there. Moneyball works. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch what the Hurricanes are doing right now. Go back and watch what the Oklahoma City Thunder had been doing. Go back and watch the movie starring Brad Pitt. It works. It works. They're not done yet. They are not done yet. I promise you that. And I promise you this, it's going to work out. It's going to work out. I'll be back with more as it comes. Thank you for watching Hornets Digest. Hit that subscribe button now. It's almost Friday. I'll read some comments. So for Hornets Digest, I'm Jeff Testanero. Let's go Hornets.